aside, we discussed his backstory. Oh.
No. You're lying. You're lying.
Oh
you're
my
lying.
God.
You're lying. You're lying.
Oh my God.
Oh! What it do, Kaizoku Crew? It's your boy Kaizoku Ice. We're here today in Austin, Texas for a very special occasion. However, you guys know I'm just a dude with a hat. But you know what's better than a dude with a hat? Two dudes with a hat. We've got...
Hello! Julien of Black Tiger Sex Machine. Hope you guys are doing well. I'm a fan of One Piece. I'm a fan of Kaizoku Ice. And today we're going to be ripping some booster boxes together and showcasing some of our grails.
And we got the heat today, guys. So,
brought some heat.
As Julien said, first off, thank you for being here.
My pleasure.
We're doing a little box battle. This is a box battle podcast interview type thing. We're just be asking each other questions and having fun. We also have some grails that we're showing off, but we're also doing, you guys know, I'm Kaizoku Ice. It would not be a Kaizoku Ice video without a giveaway. So we've got a couple of cards here that we are giving away, and we've got some secret slabs. Not gonna show you all those yet, but we're in for a good one today. And man, I'm just so excited once again, Julien. Thank you for being here today.
My pleasure.
And
I think for those of you guys who don't know me, like I think I just recently did a little appearance on the Card Lounge podcast where we shouted you out.
Yeah.
But for those who saw me there, I think you know a little bit more about my background. But basically, Black Tiger Sex Machine, our band, we make electronic music. We're actually here in Austin recording this because Kaizoku is coming to one of our show tonight.
Yes, sir.
But I'm a big fan of collecting, always been. I'd say I have some decent knowledge.
More than decent, I'll say that for sure.
I was definitely one of the earlier ones to jump into One Piece trading cards because I've been loving anime all my life. And we were discussing this morning, but the cards look so good, it was hard to resist, right? When I opened up my first booster box of One Piece, I remember being like, wow, this is quality. It's quality stuff. So I think it's going to be fun to showcase some of my favorite grails, to look at some of your favorite grails, and then opening up some packs. So I guess like what we could do is we could basically select the box. I think that would be the first thing. Are you selecting? Am I selecting?
I don't know. It's I usually do a tap test. That's what I usually... This feels... So also, guys, we got two different boxes from two different cases. So we're both hoping we can pull a red manga.
We're either getting something really good or two really bad boxes.
We're getting absolutely cooked here. Hopefully not that two-hit box, SEC and regular alt art. But yeah, I'll let you hold this one. You can see which one you're feeling.
I mean...
Which one's calling and speaking to you?
The right one.
Okay, use your hockey, use your obligation hockey, and just...
No,
I like this one. It's got some good weight to this one.
Guys, I just pulled my first ever manga right here, the Sabo. It's not the red one, and it's Sabo. I love Sabo, but to me, just pulling a manga, what a great little moment. I pulled that this week, and I hope you can read. Did you ever pull a manga?
Never. Until today. Until today, man.
Until today, knock on wood.
Yeah, knock. That Sabo is so nice. Honestly, hot take here, guys. Kaizoku Ice hot take. I think I like Sabo more than Ace. And that's a...
I don't know how he does it right.
Yeah, the dragon claw thing.
Dragon claw.
Yeah. Let me see the hate in the comments for Sabo or Ace. But
I think it's an interesting thing because I do think the character design of Ace, hot take, I think the character design of Ace is one of the best character design ever.
Yeah.
Like it's such a great, but just the fact that the hat is so funny, cool. But cool. Yeah. And character's so badass. But Sabo, the way he is with people, the relationship with Koala, just the funny, it's great. I love it. And the way I'm not going to spoil anything. I just love Sabo.
He's like to me, it's like a mix between Luffy and Ace, just super serious, but also, he's a fun guy with Koala, as you said, and he has like the best of both worlds between both, and that's why I like him.
And I think
he's strong. I mean,
he is strong. Now but last thing about Sabo is a little bit different than anything we see in anime. He is very steampunk influenced, right? His outfit, the top hat, and I think as more people come into the hobby and don't necessarily know One Piece.
Yeah.
They're going to get introduced to One Piece. And I think it's really fine that people don't know One Piece and want to get into One Piece.
For sure.
We shouldn't hate on them. We should like embrace that.
Yeah.
But I think as more people come in, there's going to be something for everyone's taste. And I do know that a lot of people that like cyberpunk and steampunk, they're probably going to gravitate towards Sabo. So we shall see.
We will see. We will see.
But okay, look,
let's.
how about, since we have a lot of packs to open, how about what we're going to do, and you can let me know if that's okay. I'm going to start opening.
Okay.
I open like 2 packs. We'll see what we hit.
Yeah.
You can keep talking to the crew as we're doing this, but
Yeah.
after 2 packs, you ask me a question, and we'll try to like kind of rotate while we're doing this. Like,
let's do it.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Okay.
Guys,
hey, we're ripping the seal here, man.
let's hope for some good boxes. I was telling you, I opened a lot of good boxes so far. I don't open boxes that much because I'm not a gambler. I buy what I want to buy. I do think booster boxes are gambling. Like if you look at Pokemon, for example, I know I'm wearing a Mimikyu hat. Don't come at me. We wanted to have 2 fluffy hats.
You had to.
I always wear my Mimikyu hat. So, but I love Pokemon, but opening booster boxes of Pokemon, you're opening like a $300 booster box and you're getting like $30 of cards. I'm not really like attached to value of cards that much, but it's still difficult to justify spending this much. With One Piece, I feel like opening booster boxes so far is not too expensive. It's getting more. It's getting more expensive.
It's getting up there. It's getting up there.
But Bandai's printing enough. But the thing is, like, my recommendation to people at home, if you really truly want something from OP13 and that's your goal, just save your money to buy that specific card.
Yes.
Like it's not that complicated because you'll be as happy in my opinion, as happy, if not more, because you're going to be able to select the centering if you want to grade it. So I would just recommend, don't necessarily go into FOMO of thinking like opening packs is a necessity. But with OP13, it's the first time I'm like justifying opening packs because in my opinion, there's a lot of heat in there.
Oh, there's too much. I mean, it almost is advantageous to be opening packs. I mean, when you have a red manga Luffy that's going for just disgusting amounts right now, it's hard not to want. Oh yeah, first hack magic. Can we get some Katsubi's blessings in the chat here in the comments?
It's a leader pack.
Is it really? Oh no.
We'll count the lead. No, but it's okay. We're getting rid of the leaders early.
That's true. We can't start off with the heat just.
So we got an ace. If you got an ace leader, if you guys are playing the TCG, you know this is probably about to get banned because it's too good.
It's too good, huh? There we go, man.
But I'm the guy talking about opening packs and not justifying it, and I just pulled a manga, so it's a little hard to not want to open. But for everyone you see online opening a manga, there's like 6 cases being opened with nothing in there. So
exactly, man. You're actually very lucky to get one of those. I still haven't in my how many years? 3 years of collecting now and ripping. I mean, the best thing I've been.
That's an SCC.
Is it?
Yeah,
okay.
I think we're getting the first hit right now. We're getting a Luffy SCC.
We got a Luffy SCC.
I don't want this to get blurry, but which is honestly great SCCs. They look great, but I'm just gonna say this: I'm always a little worried when there's SCC hits in boxes because I feel like SCC hits in boxes sometimes means 2 hit boxes, but we're not gonna shake it.
No, we're not. We are manifesting that manga here real quick, man.
Really nice card.
And that was a quick hit, huh?
Yeah, quick hit. Second pack.
Not bad.
Let's see what we're going to be doing with this. So as you're opening this, I want to ask you a question.
Yeah.
How do you feel like with all, because nobody's asked you that so far, but I know you talked about it a little bit, but how do you feel so far about the attention you're getting? Because you're definitely, a lot of people watched your videos, and a lot of people watched your videos, invested in the cards you were promoting, and you always tell people this is not guys. This
never
is not
financial advice.
Okay?
Just 2 dudes with hats here, man.
Exactly.
Promise.
Not financial advice. You can trust yourself and trust the art. Do not trust us. But you gave some good advice in the sense that you had some good insight. And a lot of people, I'll say a lot of people listen to you and are probably happy.
Yeah.
I had the similar feeling about like OP01, Boot Bottoms. I told you I bought a lot of Seal products also.
Yeah.
But how do you feel with this recent attention you're getting, conventions, people recognizing you? Do you like it?
I love it. I mean, for me, the biggest thing about the Kaizoku Crew is that everyone's just so supportive. And when I go to shows like that, and then someone goes up to me, hey man, like you had a great take on pre-erotic cards, and it made me buy one, and now you see what happens to it. And once again, we, of course, there is monetary value attached to these things, and that's why people care for it. But at the end of the day, what I want for the Kaizoku Crew is to get the coolest and best cards in each set, at relatively affordable prices, because I don't want anyone to get priced out of anything that they really, really care for. Kind of similar to your point about just buy the card that you want instead of ripping packs, right?
Exactly.
I mean, for me, it was kind of a no-brainer whenever you see, let's say, a box being $200, and then the manga back then was maybe $800.
Yeah.
I mean,
no, for sure.
Just go get the manga. It just makes more sense, right?
And while all of this,
Yeah, let me see. Let's first pack magic. I forgot to tap test it real quick. Leader Hey,
ace.
we got another ace. What is that? Am I about to pull a secret Luffy here?
Are we going to open two similar boxes? I
don't know. Let me go. You go on the left or the right side first?
I did one of each.
Okay, I'm going starting off with the left.
Okay, let's do it.
Yes.
But onto that point, like you're talking about buy what you love. This is one card that I brought for you guys.
Yeah.
It's
Lego Luffy.
It's a Lego Luffy or Tetris Luffy, whatever you want to call it. But the One Piece Day in China, right? That was the One Piece Day in China, I think so.
In Japan, which I thought there was, I think, two.
But I think people no, it's the One Piece Day. Those are the Japanese ones, but I think they did these One Piece Day events in a lot of places.
Yeah, they did.
I bought these from sellers in China. That's mostly what I mean.
Gotcha. Okay.
But a lot of sellers were picking up these cards and selling them, and they're not expensive right now.
Yeah, not
Those
too bad.
One Piece Day 25 cards, but it's not important. They're beautiful cards, and that's the thing. I usually go with my gut feeling. It was like, this is a beautiful card, so whatever happens to it, I have the card now. It's something that I love, and that's how you should approach this.
I'm gonna look at this real quick, and I'm gonna just this is a wow, that's funny. Are these rigged? I don't know what's going on. We got our next. Hey, we got the S Snake. I actually really like this card because I like Boa. You guys know I love Boa Hancock, but this is a little mini Boa in Egghead.
Let's leave it up. It's a nice card.
No, it's nice. It's nice.
I pulled it also. It's a cool card.
So going back to your point about looking at the art. I mean, this card right here. It doesn't matter to me if this card is printed in the millions. When you look at the card, it screams to me just beautiful art, right? Technical difficulties, guys. I don't know what happened. Hopefully that doesn't happen again. That would have been a good time for a little sponsor break if I had one. But anyways, as a side
sponsor this guy.
Yeah, I would like a anyway. Bandai, if you're watching, hit me up. Anyways,
let's bring Kaizoku to the next One Piece Day.
Yeah,
let's fly him over. And Bandai, if you're watching,
that would be
my man here.
That'd be sick. But I think I was talking about how this card right here, as Julian's opening his pack, it doesn't matter how much of this card actually exists, man. This card brings out something inside of us, with the colors on this card, Elbaf Luffy. I mean, it's like another hit already? No way.
Bam!
Oh, the Luffy. Secret.
Luffy. Okay. I love this card.
Okay.
Damn, that's a cool
we take
card.
those. We take those, man.
Yeah, for sure. I love this card. I think it looks so good.
You just went back to back with it. That's pretty crazy.
Oh, wow. Man. Nice card. Really nice card. Well, it's not a red manga, but we're getting closer.
almost there. Actually, you just pulled two Luffys. Wait, when you think about it, right, let me just hold both of these up. He pulled the regular secret, then he pulled the alt art secret. What is next? The thing that's next is the manga. So,
I love the energy.
You like the logic there? I mean, that's how it works, right?
But no, you're right. I don't want to cut you off, but you're right.
That,
like, for me, I think, again, little trick. There's a lot of like sellers in China, in Thailand. There's a lot of sellers. Like the One Piece Day events in Asia. I think they take place in more than one country. Mm-hmm. I'm not 100% sure, but a lot of sellers, even in Australia, they end up with these cards because they have like friends in Japan or that go to the events. Mm-hmm. These cards, they're getting resold because there's a bunch of them, but you should not think about these cards as like a number on the board.
Never.
It's
Never,
just,
ever.
you look at the card, and sometimes, honestly, if you don't look at products like a number on the board, it will become a number on the board because you listen you listen to this guy.
And you bring up another good point there, about looking at the art, because typically with stuff like this, right? I mean, obviously we're talking about, potentially thousands of dollars, which is not, that's something significant. Oh,
Leader pack.
Another Luffy. That's crazy.
Another Luffy. It's a Luffy box.
Luffy box. Hey, that's a good sign. That's a good sign, I think. Manga Luffy. But, going back to my point, right? For me, it's always been about, collecting the card. And I know that, some of these cards have gone parabolic recently, and I know we've talked about it a little bit. But for me, the deciding factor, is kind of my emotion towards the card. And typically when you're buying these cards, I don't think you should put too much emotion to it. But that's actually what's made me do well when talking about some of these cards. And I'm glad that I went with my gut and went with my emotion talking about, hey, this card looks fantastic. I think you guys should get it. Not because I think it's going to go to the moon, but because it's just genuinely good art, or it's scarce or stuff like that, right? I'm curious what you think about that.
I mean, I think the biggest problem that I think TCG collectors have, the biggest issue that I see across the board is that most collectors are influenced by what other collectors like. Okay, and again, it's a little bit counterintuitive with like what we were saying, because obviously you're talking about what you love, and some people are going to listen to you. Yeah. But if you don't resonate with something, it's okay. Somebody else could resonate with it. But if you do resonate with something, I know some stuff right now is very expensive, and you're probably resonating with a lot of the expensive stuff. Yeah. But there's also grails that you can resonate with that are not expensive. Like, for example, this Luffy is cheap right now. It's not the manga, but it is the same, literally the same Luffy on it.
It's the same look, yeah.
And if you love the red manga for what it is, not for the value, you should collect these, because they're beautiful cards. Like, it's actually a beautiful card. It's my first time seeing this one in person.
Really?
I have the Ace, but I didn't have this. No, I have the Sabo.
Oh, okay.
I pull a Sabo, and then I pull the manga Sabo.
Hey, what does that mean?
And I do agree that the mangas are beautiful cards. Like, when I pulled this manga of Sabo, I saw it in the pack. I'm like, it's a different vibe, different feeling, because I do love. But I was buying the mangas when they were cheap.
Yeah.
And because I thought they were beautiful cards, and now everybody wants the mangas because they're rare. Yeah. And so I'm okay with like a little bit of the value in there, because you always need to listen to the wallet. Don't spend money you don't have. Just a small portion of your money should go towards collecting and opening boxes. But again, if you want something a little bit more expensive because you resonate with it, save your money up and go buy that precise card. You're going to save a lot of time and a lot of energy.
That is advice I want you guys to listen to, because I'm a big proponent. Of course, it's not. You
opened two, right?
I did open two. To have some, keep some sealed. I think that's always a good thing, and you've kind of convinced me more on that point. I like
a little bit of sealed products.
Yeah, a little bit of sealed never hurt anyone. But just get the cards that you guys want. Actually, maybe after these 2 packs, we can show off a little bit of. Actually, I'll show off one of my cards I want to talk about. It's not anything crazy expensive, but I've mentioned this one before. Let me find the slab. This one right here, I'll show you first. This Dawn, the Green Boys Dawn from One Piece Day 2024. It's like this art right here. It's so. Let's see if we can focus here. I guess that's decent, but it's so unique, and it's so. We don't have this in English at all. Actually, this is only from One Piece Day in Japan. And that's. To me, this is special because Oda drew the band itself, right? Green Boys, and that's. It doesn't matter how much this card cost me. It's just like this is just pure art, and I love it, man. This is I love
Leader pack.
Leader pack again.
Honestly, from what I'm understanding, I think. I'm wrong. I think One Piece Day is probably just in Japan. Somebody tell us in the comments.
Yeah, let us know. Let us
know. I know One Piece Day is a big deal in Asia, so probably people fly to One Piece Day. Probably. That's probably how they bring back all the cards. Yeah. But to me, it's just, this card is beautiful. It's a really nice card.
It's so cool, yeah.
So maybe you could put up a little photo of the card.
Yeah.
It's my first time seeing this.
Oh, really?
This is great.
Yeah, so to me, like, of course, people talk about SPs, mangas, all that stuff, but, for me, the reason why I think I love the One Piece trading card game the most is that hunting for these hidden gems, which, I like to do, it almost feels like my own One Piece in a sense, right? Luffy's looking for the treasure the same way that Kaizoku Ice, I'm looking for the coolest card, the most scarce, the most undervalued, and then getting that card for, that's my One Piece, that's my treasure hunt, which I thoroughly enjoy, man. It's fun.
And one other, like, there's this rule that people call the rule of three, which I think is interesting. If you really, really want to collect and invest at the same time, so if you're an investor, for example, and again, not financial advice,
Never.
but if you're an investor and you see a card that you really love, like, for example, I'll show off one card.
Oh,
So this is one card that we're going to start slow.
Okay.
This is the first anniversary stamp winner cards of Luffy Gear 5. Love those cards. I don't know if you can see it well. Yeah. But I have a bunch of those because I do believe in the card. I want to keep a few copies to myself. And sometimes I do want to invest a little bit in a trading card. I see it more as a gambling investment, but I because it's, the chances of picking something up that's really going to go in value, especially now that One Piece is getting more commercial, and the TCG is getting a little bit more commercial, and a lot of the Pokemon fans are crossing over into One Piece. You're going to see less and less opportunities, in my opinion.
Definitely.
Unless you follow your gut feeling. And with this card, I was like, wow, this is a Gear 5 Luffy. It has a winner first anniversary stamp with in gold. The card is like filled with gold. So I was like, it's Gear 5 Luffy. The card was not that expensive a few months ago, so I bought a bunch of those.
Yeah.
And I'm buying, the rule of three for me is like, if you want to collect, sell, and invest, you keep one for investing, one to sell, and one for your collection. So that way you're never torn apart. If you're selling one for profit, you can repay what you paid for.
Yeah.
So it's a good trick. Obviously, I don't do this with all my cards. Sometimes you can't. But this is one of my. I'm very bullish on this art just because I think a first anniversary winner stamp is really cool in gold. But again, I invested in this because I had the financial means to do so. And it doesn't mean like this card is going to moon tomorrow morning. So if you're expecting, if you're buying products that's first anniversary now and you're willing to wait, you'll probably end up making money in the long run if One Piece is still there in a few years. But at the same time, you could make money by putting money in the stock market.
Anywhere else,
So to me, it's like you shouldn't look at cards as like money. It's really, when you're putting money into cardboard, this is cardboard. You're pushing stuff that you like, artistry. This is it. I'm really into the artists. I was telling you that the artists that are doing the art. So I like supporting this because you're indirectly and directly supporting real artistry.
Exactly.
So no heat in your packs?
Nothing. A bunch of super rares.
Okay. Let me switch it up to opening 3 packs.
Okay. Yeah. Sounds good. I think I might open 3 there, to be honest. I'm not. I just felt like ripping stuff.
Let's go. So next question for you. I want to understand what made you love Law so much. No, I really want to know, like, and without spoiling anything.
Okay. Ooh.
That's going to be harder, but
that's hard.
I want you to talk about the character. Like, what do you love about him?
I think the first thing, and this might sound childish, but he's in a cool submarine. Like everyone else, their ship is like, a pirate ship.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a submarine. I think that's really cool. His name, Surgeon of Death, right? I thought that was just so cool. And then the fact that I guess you get introduced to him in Saudi, right?
Yeah.
And his move where he can just, I don't want to spoil too much, but I think everyone knows his
that's fine. That's fine.
Yeah, I mean, he's like taking people's body parts, and it's just like, I was like, this guy has the coolest power in One Piece. It's just, and I guess his demeanor is just kind of, he's cool and a little mysterious, but then when you get to know him, he's as funny as they come, and he's a part of their gags in Punk Hazard, and it's he's like funny, man. He's
like slowly understanding that you can't really change Luffy. It's like
there's that moment with Chopper on his head, if you know what I'm talking about. That's just like
so cute.
It's so good.
It's so funny.
I guess I like that because the contrast between him, he's shown as like the Surgeon of Death, calm, cool, collected, just mysterious. But then when you see stuff when he's with the Straw Hats and he kind of lets loose a little bit, I'm like, I like that.
You know what I love about him? Aside, we discussed his backstory. Oh.
You're lying. You're lying.
Oh
you're
my
lying.
God.
You're lying. You're lying.
Oh my God.
Oh! You're lying! Shanks! Oh! kidding!
Dude,
No
what is
way!
No
Wait,
way! We
I-
did this on live.
I have goosebumps
Silver Shanks.
I have goosebumps right now.
Oh,
We did it. We did it, guys.
damn.
Wait. Oh my god. Wait, can I get a top loader for you? This is.
Yes,
I'm
yes,
scared.
yes.
I'm scared right now. Oh my gosh.
Oh, guys,
No way.
live on the air.
What? Hey, look. Let's put this bad boy in there. Oh my
I'm
goodness.
gonna take my.
Julian, no shot. That just happened.
That's so fun.
Oh my gosh.
I'm definitely gonna get it graded.
Yeah. I mean, you have to.
This is
you
so
have to.
fun.
So I guess if you pull 2 Luffy's, then you also get a Shanks because he's his mentor. Is that how it goes?
Maybe.
Can I need to look
Yeah,
at this
of course,
too.
please.
Oh my gosh.
That is so fun.
Kaizoku Crew. This is what happens when you just record and collab with other people, I guess. So if anyone wants to collab, just shout out. You pull SPs. That's dude, we did it. No way.
Live SP. That is great.
This is
great.
I literally got goosebumps.
Me too, man.
Oh
This
my
is, I
God.
saw it in the back.
Oh my God.
Those hits happen so quick. This could be a 4-hit box.
I know that'd be error box. That is nuts.
Wow, and it's a beautiful card.
I'm so
Wow.
hey this is gonna be a very memorable video and moment for us. I think this is just 2 bros on a couch in a hotel room pulling a Shanks SP. That is
That's
Yeah.
great. That's great, guys.
what a good start to the day, man.
You guys are not gonna believe me now when I say like don't open booster boxes. It's bad for your wallet. The guy's like pulling mangas and oh my god.
Oh my gosh, I already know when we're. Oh my god, that's. I want to open up a pack now. What the heck?
Let's go. I opened 4, by the way. I opened 4. This was on the 4th pack.
So what were we talking? Okay, let me ask you a question because clearly that's what happens. So who is your favorite One Piece character?
Oh my god.
Because
Okay, so
I can't believe it.
this is gonna be a weird one. You're not gonna believe this.
Okay.
My favorite character by far
Okay.
is Silver Rayleigh.
Rayleigh, Dark King Rayleigh.
Yes.
Okay.
Like
Okay.
when we see him fight for the first time.
Yeah.
I don't want to spoil anything because I know some people are watching your videos, but the speed and the fact that he's also the real mentor in a way of Luffy.
True.
I just have a connection. He's like this old dude that's kind of like has lived his entire life with purpose, and now he gets to just be himself fully.
Oh. Hey, what does that mean? What does that mean? We got a SEC Luffy. As you guys know, Julian pulled an SEC Luffy, so I think. What does that mean? What does that mean?
Hope.
Gold SP Shanks.
That'd be crazy.
Not me trying to one-up you there, but that is... Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, please do. But Silver Rayleigh is my vibe, and I love Goldie Roger. I just love the vibe. And let's.
Uh-oh. Heat alert. Kaizoku Crew, do you guys see this?
BGS10, Goldie Roger. I bought this like... it's a little blurry, but
yeah.
let's see if we can get...
Can it get there?
Can it get there? Can it get there? Maybe if you move.
Oh,
so it doesn't track our...
I'm standing
Let's
up.
see. Oh,
are we there?
Oh, okay, we're there.
We're there. Okay.
We're back.
Technical difficulties. Sorry,
Today we have technical difficulties because there's too much heat in these boxes.
Exactly. And when you pulled the Shanks, actually,
everything
it ruined
exploded.
everything. That was
Everything
your
exploded.
I think it's your hockey, man.
And there's probably going to be another technical
Yeah.
difficulty if we're going to be honest.
Yeah, honestly.
But we're gonna spice things up during the technical difficulties. Great card. I do love the older characters like Shanks, Goldie Roger, Silver Rayleigh. I just like the maturity of the character, how much history is in the characters. So those are some of my favorite characters, and I think I like the character design too. I like these older characters. In my manga that I wrote, that's coming up in a few weeks, early January, it's called Omen. And it's a series of manga that we're releasing. I don't want to I don't want to talk too much about my manga while we're opening stuff on your podcast. But in my manga, there's actually a character. It's an older version of me.
Oh, okay.
Which he's called Odd Wolf, and that character is, it's not inspired, but I'd say like it has the similar vibe of a character like Silver Rayleigh.
Okay.
You know?
Okay.
But my character has a little bit more authority because they live in a world where we need to make decisions. Where Silver Rayleigh is more like chilling and is most chilling.
Yeah.
Chilling.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of like Oddwolf is maybe 5 or 6 years before Silver. You know, so he's like
Okay.
in the heat of before retiring.
Yeah, I see. I see.
But I love these characters that have a lot of wisdom. So like some of my favorite
Okay.
characters. But if I had to choose from the Straw Hats,
Okay. Okay.
I mean, I would have to go probably with Luffy. I just love Luffy. I love.
You're wrong.
He just makes me very emotional.
Yeah.
Like the emotional arcs and the way he is with people, not letting them be the worst versions of themselves. I love that. I love that.
Yeah, Luffy is such a great character to me because he's goofy, he's silly, he's also very serious, but also he's stupid. But I think he actually understands like how to bring out the best out of every character. I mean, I feel like what, for example, he did with Usopp in that well, actually, that might be a spoiler.
That's for the.
But Luffy's a great guy. Luffy is a great guy.
He's a good guy,
Yeah.
and I think like I don't even know if I can open anything more in this
I
box.
actually I'm not sure. So I mean, you can.
I've heard about 4 hitboxes.
Really? Oh.
I've heard about. I think if you look, I might be wrong, but from what I understand, maybe an alt leader.
Okay. Hey, let's.
I'm not sure.
Let's
Maybe
test it
somebody
out,
in the
guys.
comments
Let's test
can
it
tell
out.
us if we can hit a 4-hit box. This is weird. This box is weird. Why is there?
I think that's just a regular.
Gold event. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. Did we get the potential error box? That's a YouTube title right there. Error OP13 box. Clickbait.
Okay, so let's talk about Japan a little bit.
Oof, that's my favorite topic right there. All right, let's do it.
So, do you plan on going back every year? Like, as I actually went 3 times this year to Japan.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I did.
You
I'm
performed
lucky.
there, right?
Yeah, I performed
okay.
at Ultra Japan, so I'm fairly lucky because I get to travel with my job, with my work, if we can call it a job. So the first time this year, I actually went with my photographer, Corel. We decided to go early in the year, and it was actually great because it wasn't busy at all.
Okay.
And that's when I realized that something was happening with One Piece, because I could tell in the shops that in Japan that like people were getting pretty interested in the One Piece TCG, which I had been for a while opening boxes, but you could tell in Japan since they're early, they're about to not be early, but they are early. So go ahead.
Yeah.
So while I was there, I just realized like something was happening, and throughout the year I got to see the
see the
hype
ball.
build up.
Yeah.
So I was in shops, and you could tell like from the beginning of the year to the end of the year, like the stands for the One Piece cards, they started to become bigger and bigger and take more space in the shop. So I could tell that it was getting momentum. But yeah, I went 3 times. I went at the beginning of the year, just did the usual like Tokyo, Kyoto, Osaka.
Oh, nice.
And then we had a show in South Korea. So I took a flight from South Korea to go to Fukuoka, which is probably one of the best kept secrets, if we could call it a secret. Fukuoka, I went there there's like a festival in Fukuoka, a traditional festival. It was beautiful, like beautiful. Had amazing food. And then I did the south, so Nagasaki, I went up to Yamaguchi, Hiroshima, then went back to Tokyo at the end. But I tried to do most of the south of Japan, which was totally different.
Yeah, of course.
For multiple reasons. But yeah, I had an amazing time, met some great people. And then later, like recently, went to play Ultra Japan. And went to Kyoto for a week also. And I got to really experience Kyoto, which is, if you can go to Kyoto once in your life.
I love Kyoto, yeah.
It's such a beautiful place.
So good.
It's a
Yeah,
really
actually,
beautiful place.
my most recent trip, we were only in Tokyo, but my one before that, we were in Osaka and in Kyoto. And it's like, to me, I like it a little bit more because it's just...
Kyoto is great.
It's a different feeling, like authentic. I don't know if that's the best word for it, but man, it's...
No, there's
amazing,
obviously they have a lot of traditional buildings inside the city. It's calmer.
Yeah.
There's a lot of Shintos that are beautiful. So there's Buddhist temples, Shintos. There's a lot of stuff you can do. You can go to Nara also.
Oh, I love
to visit
the
the
deer.
Buddhist temples.
Oh yeah, Todaiji. I went there
it's beautiful
last year. Yeah.
And it's incredible. You'll see stuff that you you can't see anywhere else. But I'd say, you know, for me, Japan is becoming like a thing I want to do regularly. It's like my vacation goal is to go to Japan at least once a year. So for you, I want to know, like, is that something you want to do also?
So, and you can rip your facts, but yeah, I actually, this past year I went twice, and I'm actually very fortunate because my best friend of all time, his name's Joaquin, so shout out to you, Joaquin. He actually works for an airline, so I was able to go multiple times, I think pretty recently for like, you know, pretty affordable, I'd say. So I went twice this past year, and then I went one more. Actually, no, I went twice again last year also. So I've been 4 times in the past 2 years. So I'm hoping I can go at least once a year because, as you said, when I went in 2024 and in 2025, to see the TCG evolve in front of my eyes is just mind-boggling. Mm-hmm. You could buy packs of PRB1 and OP11s on shelves at Family Mart back in April of 2025 this year. And if you go now to any conveni right now, I mean, you can't. You'd be hard-pressed to find them at all, right? So it's...
No, I remember that.
Man, it's crazy right now, man. Like, One Piece is just, I mean, to the moon, right? It's so exciting to me because, you know, I think we talked about this. We love anime. We love One Piece. And to see something that we love so much just continue to just defy every expectation that we've had, to me, it's just... it's like seeing Luffy just do well in real life. It makes me so happy. We see collabs, Dodgers collab, Dortmund collab. We have an NBA collab coming soon.
You're going to be getting that one, right?
Yeah.
You're saving up for that.
Oh, man, of course. It makes me so happy to see that. Like, genuinely happy. I mean, 8-year-old Kaizoku eyes couldn't even imagine what One Piece is right now, like 20 years later. It's exciting, man. It's really exciting.
I mean, anime in general was not like that big of a deal in North America for a while. So to see how cool it is now to collect.
It's funny because there's a word that I guess the youth use. It's called the Great Shift. Have you heard that before?
No, I haven't.
So the Great Shift, for anyone that doesn't know, is basically back when I was younger, and I'm sure it's the same thing for you growing up. Oh man, you couldn't walk around. If people knew you like Naruto or Pokemon, you were like ostracized to a point. You could say you were like a loser. You were made fun of. I remember I was a closet weeb, man. I was like, I'm not telling anyone that I like One Piece, Naruto, Hunter x Hunter, all this stuff. But then all of a sudden it's 2019, 2020, I don't know when. They call it the Great Shift because, man, you could not get enough anime. And it almost became, if you don't know anime, you're the one who's kind of like the loser at that point, right? It's crazy to think because when I was younger, I was like, I wasn't bullied or anything, but they're like, oh, you like Pokemon, you should like sports, right? And I'm like, oh, whatever. But now to see that,
pushing you to just, I remember I told that story on the Card Lounge, but I remember just being with my dad and one of my best friends at the movie theater, and the Pokemon movie was coming out, the first movie.
Yeah.
And I wanted to go see it, and my dad, and I'm a huge movie buff. I know a lot about cinema.
Yeah.
And as I got older, I got really interested in any form of cinema from cinema noir, like French new wave. Like I got interested in so many different types of cinema. But when I was younger, and still now, I also loved the anime, and I wanted to go see anime, but my dad would say stuff like, and he didn't mean it like in a bad way, just he was not connecting to stuff like that, but he was saying like, why don't you want to read books instead, or this or that? And I was doing that stuff, but I also wanted to go see the Pokemon movie, which I never saw it in theaters because my dad was not interested. So it's like this. By the way, I'm finishing these because, in my opinion,
yes, we're done. I still have hope. I have
hope for you.
Yeah,
I have hope for you, but for me, I think the hope is gone, but for good reasons.
Very, very. Wait, I just realized you pulled the. Oh, I thought that was the Silver Shanks, and Silver's really is.
Yeah.
It's a Red Shanks.
But I love Shanks too.
Yeah. Oh, Shanks is a
beast.
That's a hockey monster right there, man. He's a beast.
He's a beast. So yeah, nothing else, but guys, I mean, my box was
it's loaded. Let's go.
Great. But yeah, so look, in the yeah, I hit also the Luffy.
Yeah, you got heat, man.
Great box.
Got heat,
Great,
brother.
great box.
It's cold
Thank you
outside,
for
so-
thank you for bringing a box like this.
Oh,
And
of
we were
course.
discussing this outside before. I was like,
Yeah.
"You're sure like whatever I open, I get to keep because I feel bad
course.
about this." But he's like, "No, man."
Nah, dude.
And I'm glad that I opened it live on this video. I hope you get 1 million views.
That'd be sick. That'd be sick.
That'd be sick. But I think I wish you so much good to your videos. But yeah,
I
let's
appreciate
take
that.
we're talking about a lot of stuff at the same time, but aside from anime becoming bigger, I want more people like you to get bigger because
I appreciate
no, but when we say stuff like, "Oh, we made the right person like famous," and in the space of One Piece, I truly like I'm getting to know you now, and I truly hope you get to do this full time. I'm pushing him to try to go full time to make more videos and all of that. But I think like a lot of people just like me, they feel your passion through the screen, and yeah, it's becoming like something that I listen. All your videos, I listen to them around the world while I'm traveling, and it
That's a lot.
always makes me feel like part of this crazy cool community. So
Yeah.
shout out to the Kaizoku Crew.
Shout out to the
Kaizoku Crew is what's up, and I think now if it's interesting that you're talking about the great shift, but because I feel like more now than ever you should be unapologetically.
Yeah,
like
that's about right. Unapologetic.
unapologetic.
Oh, I can't say it. Unapologetically.
Unapologetic.
Yeah.
No, sorry.
We got it.
My first language is French, by the way.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah.
In French, I could say it, but you should be yourself. That's
Yes.
what I unapologetically.
Yeah.
Unapologetic.
Hey, that's you being unapologetically you right there.
Unapologetically.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a mouthful, but yeah.
Wait. No.
Bro.
Sorry, I had a goal. I want to do that once. I'm sorry. Keep going.
No, that's great. I love that. I hope you're gonna get some last
pack magic LPM in the comments here.
Let's get
we
it,
got
let's get
4 packs. But sorry,
unapologetically.
and it's a tough one. It's a tough one.
Just be yourself fully. Like don't compromise for anyone else.
Yes.
So if you love
Yes.
anime, just love anime. Like be yourself 100%. Don't like. And this is just my advice. I'm a guy with a hat. This is just my personal opinion, but don't change yourself for other people, whether it's like family, relationships, friends. Just be yourself. And if other people don't like you as you are, too bad. Be happy to. You're gonna feel so much better to be yourself. And to me, growing up, anime, trading cards, they were collectibles. They were part of my life. And yes, some of my other friends, they were like, "This is not for me." I didn't lose too many friendships because of it, but
Yeah.
I was definitely like ostracized a little bit from some
Definitely.
friend groups. Like
Yeah.
you felt different because you were a little bit more nerdy, and I'm glad that now I can wear a Mimikyu hat and people would be like, "Oh, that's cute."
That's so cool, yeah.
I'm like, "Oh yeah, really?" Because back then I was getting cut.
No, seriously.
But you get what I mean. It's like we came from far.
We really did.
And I'm glad that we're here, and I'm glad people like you are promoting themselves as who they are truly. You know,
Yeah.
you're not like promoting a fake version of yourself. You're really talking about cards because you love them.
Yeah, and that's if there's any message from this video, I think that's the one I want the Kaizoku Crew to hear the most, because just being yourself, I think, is the best thing that you can do in life in general. If you love One Piece, put it on your chest, man. That's why you guys see the shirts. Like we're wearing Luffy Taro. I'm wearing this from the Mugiwara store in Tokyo, in Shibuya. But if you guys see me, I'm usually wearing like One Piece. I'm wearing a hat or a shirt because to me, my One Piece changed my life. I mean, even before this, I would listen to One Piece soundtracks before a basketball game or in the car or studying during a test or before a test, right? So it has such a profound impact on my life. So how did I shouldn't be afraid to, express myself and show my love, absolute love for the medium, anime in general. I mean, anime's done so much for me. So
100%.
It's great. It's great.
And I think also as this evolves, a lot of the people coming in, because I know a lot of you guys are watching these videos to get financial information. I'm aware that like he has some good knowledge. Again, not financial
Not financial advice. Yeah.
It's not. But I still understand that you guys like his knowledge. You're watching his videos, and he's definitely like he's got the finger on it. But as more people come in with more money, it's gonna be harder and harder to find grails for like small prices.
We're back. We're back in it, guys. We're back in it.
Technical difficulties, unapologetically.
Oh, he's cooking, man. He's cooking. Hey, you're the
French boy.
You're the musician, man. That's what's about.
In French, we would say sans excuse, like no excuses.
Oh,
you know?
okay.
So be yourself.
Yes.
With no excuses.
Yes.
So yeah, but look, if we're looking at where the TCG is right now, a lot of people are coming in for financial information. Just be careful with stuff like that. You're going to see more videos than ever. People that are going to tell you all about the truth of financials and TCGs. They're going to tell you like market's going to go up, market's going to go down. What I like about his videos, it's like it's just based in common sense, and it's based in facts, and the fact that like you can look at this artwork, you understand that it looks nice, and I know you're still going to give us advice as they come.
Yeah.
But when you're seeing cards like this one from One Piece Day 25, and if you see a card like this and it's going for cheap online, it does not mean that if the card is cheap, that it's cheap. Like,
Oh yeah, that's quality, right?
exactly. But all these cards, from me pulling this Shanks to this card from One Piece Day, they're different prices, but they're still just cardboard.
Yeah, exactly.
And
exactly.
And don't get me wrong, I love cardboard. I think
Big fans of cardboard here.
Well, and I'm going to say something else about cardboard. A lot of people say like, oh, it's just cardboard. Well, I've made cards that are going to come out in the collector boxes for our manga next year. Making good trading cards is difficult.
Oh, I bet.
Like really high quality. So when I see something like the
Ooh,
gold,
the heat.
pristine 10,
I'm gonna move here so you can.
we'll see if we can hit it.
pick
Yeah,
it up.
the gold pristine 10,
That's
Luffy Gear
that's
5.
disgusting. That is a beautiful card.
Beautiful card. I also have it.
He's got both
Japanese, English. I know. I bought them early, guys. I bought them early.
He knows.
I bought this one actually. I bought it in Japan. A few weeks after it got graded.
Oh,
so I picked it up early.
Nice.
Picked it up for a few $100. Like
No way.
I picked it up for about
Sick.
I'd say 700 USD. 700. Yeah,
That's
so
great.
early
That is great.
on. So it was great move, and now they're mooning because I looked at it and I was like, this is the most beautiful card I've ever seen. That's why I bought it.
Yeah.
And I have the financial means to buy a card like this. Right now, the way they're mooning, I don't know if I would buy it. But again, if you have the money, you do what you want with your money. But in the end, as like more people come into this hobby and want to buy up stuff, and more people are coming in and telling you like, hey, I know what you should buy, blah, blah, it's going to be harder and harder to find real knowledge. So I'm glad he was here before the absolute moon, because what we're seeing right now, I think, is the real phase one of real introduction of like, okay, this game, the game itself is competitive, it's quality, like it's a great game to play. It's going to have like bigger and bigger championships. If Bandai does not F it up over the years, it's going to be great. It has quality cards, it has scarcity, it has a great fan base. It's one of the biggest IPs in the world. Oda sold as many books as Tolkien. It's like, which is crazy when you think about it. Top 10 biggest seller of books of all time.
So modern history, he is might be one at that point. Like he is. Anyways,
it's great, and it's not over yet, which is insane. And the fact that there's so many great characters, the IP is great. I think it's a recipe for great disaster. And the best, you know. So yeah, I think this is gonna take over, and it's gonna become bigger. So you should listen to your gut. That's really, and you can keep listening to him. He was there before this new wave of people that are going to talk about the One Piece TCG. But just be careful and keep buying the stuff that you love. You're on your last.
I got one pack. I got one last pack magic here.
We didn't really count the leaders, so we don't know if you can get a hit.
I think oh, you're right. I didn't think about that. Hopefully, is this the last pack magic? Kaizoku Crew. I feel it. I feel it in my bones. There's no way. There's no way here. All right, we can. Okay, it's not red back. Let me see if there's is there a red here?
No, so it could be a hit.
I think I saw the red.
Ah, you saw the
We
red.
started with the ace, we ended with the ace. But you know what, guys? We got some absolute heat here. Do you guys see this? This is a defining moment right here, man.
I'm so happy
that
we
is
pulled it on your
crazy.
video.
Yeah.
Let's get this video 1 million views.
Please, please, like, comment, subscribe. You guys know the deal.
Hey,
you guys
dude,
know.
this is a beautiful card.
This
I wasn't sure.
I don't think I haven't seen it in person yet.
No, and I actually think I want to see the gold now, but I wasn't sure how this would look because obviously it's the same pose that they have in the other Shanks manga, which I have, which I like. But I was like, oh, are they being a little bit kind of, I don't know, repetitive with their
Just like
cards?
using the same stuff.
But I
I need to look at this again.
they're repetitive with the with the manga and
it looks fantastic.
fire, and seeing it in person, this SP is great.
Wait, like the rose?
It's
beautiful. Wait, that is actually really, really nice.
Beautiful card. Yeah.
Man, that is amazing.
And
amazing.
please, guys, take time to look at your cards.
Oh yeah,
Like,
please.
open, don't just look at the dollar signs. And I know I'm repeating myself, but look at your cards.
Yeah.
And one advice that I was giving you, well, where we were spitballing the other day, but
Yeah.
if you like a certain card, I don't know, if you like, for example, this Lego or Tetris Luffy, and you're like, okay, this card is actually the style that I really love, go and try to find more about the artist that did it. Sometimes it's Oda, but most of the time it's someone else. And if that artist has commissioned other stuff for One Piece TCG, go and look at these other cards, and that's a good way to collect stuff that might be a little bit more niche.
Yeah.
So it's always a good way of approaching any kind of collectibles. Instead of collecting just the art, you can collect the artist. A little bit. That's what people are doing with Pokemon, right? Which
Yeah.
Shinji Kanda and other artists, people are like, I'm collecting the artist because I love his style or her style. And I think it's a good way to approach this. If you don't have the budget to buy the biggest grails, go get some SPs, SRs, some stuff that you love that is, supporting the artist and not just the art.
Exactly.
What do you have here?
No, I was just gonna show. I mean, to your point, right? To me, like I these are my grails right here, but they're not, they're not mangas or anything. They're not SPs. They're just unique cards, right? For example, we've got the perforated Shanks, the mini manga Shanks. Like, this is not a very expensive card at all, but to me, it's
So
just
cool.
it's so cool. It's so unique.
My
right?
first time seeing
it's
it
so
in person.
cool,
It's
right?
really cool.
And then I've got other ones. I mean, I've talked about this one before. This is the
It looks
PSA.
like in the cereal boxes, the little cards that you can get, but it's really cool.
No, it's so, to me, it's so unique. And that's what I think I gravitate towards the most, is the unique. That's why I talk about pre-errata cards, right? Because that's, pretty unique in itself. Like this one, came from the PSA magazine with the whole crew. But that's the reason why I like this one a lot is, I mean, they're going to a very significant battle, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's a very iconic moment. And I like to collect those moments, like Gear 2, for example, right? I don't have the Gear 2 manga, but this is, the closest
This
thing
one,
to it, right?
This is one of the coolest cards.
It's so good.
And
It's so good.
there's the obviously the EBO2 manga with the Gear 2 poses, incredible.
Amazing.
I only have it in Japanese. I have it in Japanese, but this is a manga panel.
Yes,
like
it literally is.
It's crazy. This is your collect, and these are not. These are pretty scarce. There's not like there's not like one in every box.
Exactly. So that's the stuff that I think are just, it's so nice to see. And then I think I've talked about some of these before, like to find a Era Luffy card, the same card but with different backs. I mean, this is my One Piece. Arguably, this is my favorite card in my collection because I don't really know anyone that has this card.
It might be one of the rarest cards.
Yeah. So, and then this one I just like. I mean, I had to bring my boy Law. This is the finalist Law from 2024. Yes, I mean, it's the texturing on the card is amazing, and I mean, it has death tatted on his fingers. Like, that's just cool. But this card's not super expensive either. But to me, those cards are the ones that I genuinely just care so much for. So I know you have some that you want to
I'll
kind of
show
show.
some just quickly. Like for example, the second anniversary cards.
Amazing.
They, this one is the same as the manga pose of Ace
From Opio.
I don't know if you guys can see it a little bit,
Get out
but
of here.
this here, the second anniversary Japanese set in English. They're very hard to find. The Luffy. This is one of the coolest
Yeah, that
Luffy cards. You know, he's punching and there's a compass behind. These cards, like, I collect all of these. There's a Sanji, Kaya, there's a bunch of those. There's an event card that's really cool, a Lin Lin. But all these cards, they're not that expensive.
Really
again,
not. Yeah.
And I'm buying stuff that's not really expensive because I find these cards beautiful. Like, beautiful. You can buy these raw for pretty cheap. You probably even find some under $100. Maybe not the Luffy, but if you want the Sanji, you know, stuff like that.
It's out there.
Stuff like that. Again, not financial advice, but I'm just saying. And, you know, to me, what can I can show off a little bit. I'll show off.
Oh, you got the heat here.
You got the
Okay.
heat.
All right.
So-
all right.
Super pre-release winner, still sealed.
Still sealed. Emphasis on that. I don't know.
Sealed.
You might be one of the only people I know that have it still sealed. which is
I don't know.
great. So I think people, you know, they saw how crazy that card's gone. Of course, I'm gonna rip it and then grade it. But man, that is a gem. That is a gem
Yeah.
right there, man.
We talked about this, but super pre-release Luffy.
First edition.
Yeah, this is the first
edition.
edition. I told you that early on. I
Yeah.
was like, hey,
Yeah.
these cards are actually incredibly
So good.
rare. And this is a Koba grading. It's a grading company from Canada, but it's a black label technically. So it's like, you know, obviously it's not as well known, but it's a perfect card. So
Yeah.
I love this. Obviously, I just pulled Shanks, so it's kind of it's fun to show it. But I got a serialized Winter Shanks
That's
from
the
the
heat.
Japanese one. Fits perfectly with this pulled card. Wow,
Man,
boom,
I like that. That's
dude.
man. That's actually. I'm still kind of shocked about this whole thing. But anyway,
And then maybe one of my favorite cards that I bought recently.
so good.
I got a deal because this is Ace Grading, which is a grading company from Europe. But this is the Sanji.
Manga Sanji,
Sanji.
from PRB2.
And honestly, you have to see this one in person.
It's different.
beautiful. Yeah.
It's different. And just the slab. I know it's not, you know, PSA or BGS, but that A slab, it looks so good. The coloring on it is just amazing.
If you're gonna collect and try to financially be responsible, but also try to make money, like if you're one advice, which is not financial advice,
Never.
but one advice that I got for you is to look at what the booster boxes go for. And I know it seems simple, but I don't know why people are not looking at that.
Exactly.
PRB 01 and PRB 02 are like, by the way, if you don't own sealed products, you might not know, but PRB 02, it had a limited print run.
Correct.
Right? And
Correct.
of course they had the super crazy god packs with all the mangas, but the PRB boxes have limited print runs. So it means the boxes are gonna go up in price quicker than boxes that are getting reprinted. Like, for example, around the time of PRB02, you had Fist of Divine Speeds, which right now is cheaper than PRB02 because it's getting reprinted. But PRB02 is a box that people won't probably open that much because they want to keep it sealed. Because a lot of people put their money in sealed products because it's a safer investment.
Correct.
Which means getting something like the Sanji is hard.
Yes.
It's hard. And Bandai are not stupid. They're probably going to be putting the last straw hats that don't have mangas in the next PRBs.
Yes.
Because they know that people keep those boxes sealed. So
You're cooking, man.
Yeah, I mean-
That's where we're getting the Robin manga, which I've been wanting forever.
I think
But
that's-
PRB3 or EB03 is probably going to be the one, right?
exactly. So the EB01, EB02, PRB01, PRB02, these boxes follow like the scarcity. That's how you're going to know. And if you're seeing that a box is like mooning and on the other side you're not getting like the information completed, like if your information around the cards does not exactly fit the narrative of the prices of the boxes, that makes sense, those cards might go up in value.
Correct.
Because they need to cohabit together a little bit. Like the information needs to make sense. Like
It's correlated. I mean, yeah.
correlated. Great way to put it. You need to have information that makes sense. So when I was seeing the OP01 Romance on Blue Bottom boxes Moon, I was like, why are these cards so cheap?
Exactly. So
that's why I bought some. I have like 4 or 5 Luffy Pre-Erratas graded because I was like, these are going for a few hundreds. And people are not, they're discarding them because they're thinking about the value as it's happening. Don't think about the value as it's happening. Think about like the cards in front of you. The Luffy leader is on the first box. It literally
just makes
it's the image on the first box, which is what they did with this. You know, so that's why the red manga is probably gonna stay up there, which I will not be able to buy.
Yeah, never.
It's too expensive.
Unless we pull it next time we do this, right? I'm gonna have to get another OP13 box.
Well, I might, we might. The prices, I say I'll never be able to buy, but I don't want to put that into your head. We don't know what's going to happen to the market. And if the market goes down, I want to collect the cards. So if the market crashes, I'm still going to try to buy this card. Out of more reason, I'm going to be happy to be able to buy this card because I want the card more than the money.
Exactly, and that's what it's always about.
Yeah.
To me, Julien, you are a true collector's collector. I mean, you can tell. I'm sure you guys can feel it. His passion for not just One Piece, but for anime and his own work. I mean, it's clear as day that he genuinely cares about this. It's never about the dollar sign on the card. It's just about the art, and that's what I want to kind of convey to the Kaizoku crew, right? I mean, we talk all about One Piece investing and all this stuff, but at the end of the day, first and foremost, and I mean, I guess this would be like kind of how we end it. It's really about the cards and the community, and that's kind of what I keep it at.
Cards, community, artists, artistry,
exactly.
And also supporting your local card shops.
Yeah,
the community around the local card shops, the game, just. It's a great way to. We met because of this.
Exactly.
It's
that's something so special when you really think about it. I mean, a guy from Canada, a guy in Texas. I mean, it's
guys speak French unapologetically.
All right, guys.
We're back.
Once again, technical difficulties, but we have one last thing here. We are doing a giveaway for these 3 cards here. Once again, friendly reminder, like, comment, subscribe. You guys know the deal.
Subscribe to this guy.
We're trying. But
after you're listening to his videos, subscribe. It takes a second. Hype button also. Hype button.
Button. Spam the hype button.
Hype button. Come on. We pulled some heat. Hype button.
We really did. This was an amazing experience, and this is a little token of my appreciation for you, man. For you. I got some stuff for the Kaizoku Crew and for you. So this card right here is the Chinese New Year or Lunar New Year Luffy. I've talked about it before, but for me, this card means a lot because if you guys aren't familiar with, I guess the Lunar New Year tradition, I'll let you hold this. You guys put money in like red envelopes, and then you give it to people that you care about, and you want them to have prosperity for the new year. So this card to me kind of symbolizes just that, what I just said. Prosperity in all walks of life, whether it's pulling mangas or your work with your music or with the your manga and everything. Like, I'm hoping that by giving this to you, you can just continue to have a great 2026.
I appreciate it.
And we remember everything that happened today. And also, I have this one's for me, so we have like matching pairs. But then one of the Kaizoku crew will get this one right here, and we might tamper it a little bit, but we're gonna sign the slab.
We're gonna do
with both of our names on it because I really want to give back. You guys know I love the Kaizoku Crew, and so does Julien actually.
Yeah.
He's actually, you guys have seen his stuff. He's very, very great with his fantasy. Also, he kind of inspired me to do the same with the giveaways and just the community. That's what it's all about at the end.
It is what it's all about. Yeah.
So we're giving away.
Thank you so much. This is great. It's a beautiful card.
Of course. There's so much small details on that. Luffy just eating is fun, but we're both gonna sign this. I'll let you get first dibs on where you want to sign it.
Yeah, we'll do it at the bottom so you can see everything. Art.
Yeah,
it's beautiful.
And it's on the slab, so if you guys hate us and you don't, you can crack it or whatever. But we're gonna be giving away this card to one of the Kaizoku Crew. So remember, like, comment, and subscribe. My camera's about to die here, so I'm gonna end this real quick. But it's great having you, Julien. Thank you so much. This was amazing. Shout out to Kaizoku Crew.
Just two guys with
a hat. Let's go. Boom.